Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome, 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 welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome, 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 welcome back.
Welcome to Tea with Honey. It's your girl HoneyDaVinci, and I'm back with another video. So today I'll be doing another segment of the review, and I'll be covering The Walking Dead Season 11, Episode 1. And so I'll be covering the highlights of the episode, so I'm not going to go over every little detail with you. I'm just going to talk about the parts of the show that just stood out the most, predictions, and things like that. So on this episode, it takes off right where it left off. If you caught the last episode of last season, then you know that we left off not knowing where Michonne is. We left off not knowing where I was about to say Glenn. Rest in peace to Glenn. Not knowing where Ezekiel and Eugene and them are, and not knowing who the hell these Reapers are that Maggie has brought to Alexandria's front doorstep. And so on this episode, we see some crazy things happening. So we see that this place that Eugene and them are at is called the Commonwealth, and they literally are having these guys being assessed, and they're not really answering any questions. We're seeing the full extent of Ezekiel's cancer. He's spitting up blood and coughing and things like that, and it's really taking a toll on him because it's so sad. Isn't that sad, you guys? I'm the only one who thinks that's really sad when Ezekiel was having his moment and he started coughing up blood. He was going at the leader of the Commonwealth and his, arrogant, kingly rage, and then he was immediately humbled by the situation at hand. It made me sad because I don't want anything bad to happen to Ezekiel. I freaking love Ezekiel. He's so charming and just so cute and just a good person, I freaking love Ezekiel. And so we get to really get to know Princess on this episode as well. We get to see the benefit of having Princess around because Princess, she suffers from ADHD and things like that, and so she's hyper vigilant, and she has the capacity to basically notice everything, she probably can notice whether you're happy or sad. She's, you know what I mean? She just has this ability to just peep things, pay attention to things that's going on around her, and so in the midst of them trying to figure out whether or not this is a safe place to be or whether they should get out of here, she's like, yeah, I definitely think we should probably get out of here. And by the way, these two guards over here, they're in a relationship, and at this time, at this day, they like to do this every day at around this time and go sneak off and go, play around with each other. Whole time, nobody else is even on point like that because nobody else is even really paying attention, and essentially she didn't even realize the information that she had already received was going to help them escape. And then once she asked some people who were there, hey, how long have you been here? Because Eugene was like, listen, I want to get to my girl. I got this girl. I think this might be where my girl at. So when Princess went up to some random strangers and asked them hey, how long have you guys been here? And the guy was like, 4 months. And the girl that he was with was like, no, remember? It was 9 months. It's been 9 months. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, the reprocessing. What is they doing to y'all and reprocessing? What are they doing to y'all and reprocessing? That was my cue, and it was everybody else's cue as well. Then it pans over to Daryl, the love of my life, and everyone else, Maggie and Negan, and they're all trying to get back to Maggie's place of, sanctuary that she was at the whole time the situation has been going on, where these reapers came and slaughtered her new community and took over their land. And so she encouraged everybody that we need food. People are starving. We got to go out now and get that land back. And of course, the OGs, Daryl and Gabriel and everyone decided that, hey, we're all on board. We're going to go out. And I feel like Negan went as a way to show Maggie that he changed. But soon enough, he realized that it'll never work for him and Maggie. It'll never work because she will never forgive you for killing the love of her life. Oh my God. Oh my God, the storylines, man. The storylines for The Walking Dead should be like freaking Oscar nominated. Like, the stories are incredible, you know? Because it's just like, they freaking made you fall in love with Negan. They changed him. He's good now, and he's trying to redeem himself. But now Maggie's back. And Maggie wants blood. But first, she wants to go save these kids in her community. So she's really just using Negan. But everybody's mistreating Negan now that Maggie's back. Everybody's treating him like they're being phony as hell, basically. You know what I mean? I know Daryl never really was his friend, and when Negan tried to pull Daryl to the side because he peeped, like, I think Maggie gonna try to kill me. Because Negan's giving them all of this good advice when they got caught in the rainstorm and they ended up in the subway. And he's like, this is a sign that we need to get the fuck out of here. Like, what are y'all doing? But Maggie, she's just trying so hard to push to get back to her land that she's not thinking. She's not thinking of the repercussions of her actions. And freaking Negan is giving her all of this great advice. But nobody's listening because Maggie's in charge. And so there comes a situation where they're in this subway and there's nothing but bodies all around, right? So there's dead zombies everywhere. Well, zombies are dead, but, you know, there's dead bodies everywhere wrapped up in plastic. And so we find out that these bodies are still zombies. And so Maggie's just like, let's kill them all. First and foremost, you doing the most. Listen, apocalypse and all, Maggie would have had me chopped with that one. We gotta kill all of them. I mean, I know it's to be safe, but goddamn, how many of them is it? I need to take a break. I'm with Negan. We need to take a break. I'm gonna take a nap. What the fuck? I ain't about to stab all these damn zombies. You gotta bend down and do that shit. I know their legs, their calves were sore as hell. But nonetheless, everybody listen to Maggie because, you know, Maggie's in charge. And even when Negan's like, listen, we don't know if those people are still in this cave. We don't know if there is even a way to get out of this freaking subway. Like, we don't know. We have a lot of serious questions to ask, and we're just going along, following blindly behind Maggie, and for what? And so there becomes a situation where the youngest person there is this young boy who's with Maggie's team, and we all know Negan loves kids and he respects women. And this kid almost gets killed by a zombie who gets loose. Right? And so Negan goes to save the kid and nobody helps him. Woo! Listen. They tried it with that one. They definitely tried it because after I would have saved that boy and I almost died, it wouldn't have been nothing they could have said to get me to fall back in line. I'm out. Y'all wildin'. I can't even trust y'all to have my back. Y'all got me sitting here fighting with this fat ass monster, and y'all got bow and arrows. I could have shot him right in the head and helped me, but y'all not gonna do that, right? And so Negan gets ticked off, and right in this moment when Negan gets ticked off, he's like, you know what? These motherfuckers is trying to kill me. Alright? Y'all want to kill me? Negan get his bag. He's like, y'all want to kill me? I ain't going out like no bitch. I'm turning up. And so he just straight up starts violating Maggie. Like, listen, Maggie's trying to kill me, and y'all know it. And he's like, oh, well, maybe y'all don't know it. Maybe y'all don't know it, because the look on y'all face, I don't think y'all know she is. But she just needs me out here so that she can kill me at some point in time and get me far away from the eyes of Alexandria so that she can do it. Right? And so he's like, come on. Come on. Come on. You want beef? You want beef? Come on, I'm here. And so Maggie's like, just staring at him like, what? Like she just got caught red-handed, You know that stare men do when he get caught? Like, wow, she dead ass. She right too. That's the type of look that Maggie was giving him. And so, Daryl's like, shut up. Like, shut up. Relax, because everybody knows Negan is a talker. And so Negan's like, nah. I ain't about to even play around. You want to kill me? Go ahead and say it. And Gabriel's like, you're being freaking, paranoid because of what you did. And so she's like, she want to kill me like a dog in the street, like Glenn. And then that's when Daryl hooked him. Woo, woo. Listen, one thing about Daryl, and this is why Daryl's my favorite of them all. I love Daryl probably more than I love any other character in Walking Dead history. I love him. You know why? Because Daryl is not a man of many words, but he a man of many actions, okay? And don't disrespect the ones he love, because if you disrespect the ones he love, he gonna finish you. He don't start the problems, but he'll finish it. And so he hooked Negan. And that's cool, they wasn't friends necessarily, but as cool as him and Negan was, he was like, don't ever disrespect Maggie. And so when he hooked him, Maggie pulled out her gun, real OG with it, like, that girl that was with you 6 years ago, she's dead. And there's only a small piece of her left. And that's the piece that's keeping you alive. So please keep on antagonizing me. Please. Maggie was like, I'm begging you. I'm begging you to keep playing with me. Please make me kill you. Please. It's the least you could do. And that's when I think Negan was like, oh shit. But the fact of the matter is, the reason Negan is so paranoid is because of Carol. You probably missed that part, didn't you? I'm going to take a sip on that one. Because if you remember, Carol pulled Negan to the side and said, if you stay here, she's going to kill you. And she said, I'm just telling you this so that I can get that off of my conscience. And Negan thanked her for it. But by her saying that to him, it literally sown a seed of doubt into him. Where now Negan is paranoid and he's questioning everything. He's questioning everybody. Everyone's motives against him. And it's so sad because, like, even though Negan did so much foul shit, like, he's just a nice guy. I know. But he's still a nice guy. And I just have sympathy for him. And so, after this happens, they pan back over to this Commonwealth situation. And so, like I was telling you before, Princess hasn't dropped the T. Like, listen, these two guards, they some lovers, and they tell me again, my baby, lovers and friends. That's what they are. She dropped the T that the guards were lovers and friends, and so they was getting it in. That, in the cut, taking off their uniforms. And so, shit. after that happened, Ezekiel and Michael were like, well, shit, that's some good information. We're going to steal the uniform and we're going to get up out of here. And so as they about to leave, the lady says, hey, where are you going with those two people? And he's like, Ezekiel and the other girl, Michael, were in uniform. And they're like, Ezekiel, my bad, Michael and Eugene were in uniform. And so they're like reprocessing. And so the lady let them go. As they're leaving, there was like this big poster board with a whole bunch of pictures. It looked kind of like if you ever go to Walmart and you see a missing persons advertisement. It was like a situation like that. And so when we're looking at this, we're seeing that, damn, all of these people, were they killed by the Commonwealth? Like, who are these people's pictures that are all over these walls? And so as they're about to escape, and Eugene's like, listen, we got an opportunity to go, but we have to move right now. That's when Princess notices a picture of Meiko on the wall, and she's like, hey, isn't this you? And there is a sinister message on there from her brother saying, have you seen my sister? And Meiko says, oh my gosh, I have to say. And literally, I felt so bad. I felt so happy that it's a potential that she might find her brother, but I felt so bad at the potential that she might not, and that this might all be for nothing, and this is their opportunity to leave, and they might not leave. Like, what's going to happen? Like, are they going to leave without Meku? Are they going to find a way to make things okay? Like, what is going to happen to them now that they done stole these uniforms? And so we get left with the cliffhanger again. Curse you, Walking Dead, and your cliffhangers. And so next thing you know, it pans back over to Maggie and them. And so they're in this train station, and now the walkers are starting to wake up. All these dead bodies that they were stabbing, they weren't fast enough, and a lot of them have risen. And so now they're getting cornered because there's this big ass train just in the middle of the subway, and they can't seem to get the door open. And so while this is happening, dogs, animals, they got a sixth sense. They're like, oh hell no. Dog was like, oh hell no, y'all got me. Stop. And so dog bolts. And Daryl, a dog lover, he's like, dog, dog. He goes running after him. And so he dipped off. And while this is happening, everyone's trying to get on top of the train, helping each other up on top of the train. And so Maggie, she's like, what the fuck? Daryl, like, where are you? Oh my gosh, should I just go? Should I go after Daryl? Like, what should I do? And so she starts to make her climb up on top of the train, but a zombie pulls her leg. And so she kicks her way out of the zombie, but she's losing her grip on the top, and it's like a herd of zombies trying to get to her. And then next thing you know, what do you think happened? What do you think happened? A face appears from the darkness. And it was literally a moment of like the Lion King, where it's freaking Negan. And you're like, all right, come on, Negan. Pick her up, Negan. Pick her up, Negan. Pick her up, Negan. Negan, pick her up! And Negan doesn't. He goes back into the darkness. And she's like, Negan, help! Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Let me take a sip on that. You was wrong for that, Negan. But I understand. Listen, we have to look at things from both sides. Imagine if you were Negan. And you were in a situation where you felt like someone was out to kill you. And you had the opportunity to kill them first without any repercussions. Potentially. It was a tough decision. And so he let her go. And that's how they ended the episode. Ain't that some shit? They fucked up, right? But basically, it was a tough situation. And as far as my predictions go, I think that the next episode, that there's a strong possibility that they might use Negan to get to where they need to be and then ban him. They might ban him. They might like banish him out to where he can't come back. I think that's a strong possibility. And I think as far as Eugene and them go, I think that that might be the place where Rick is at. And we know that right now Michonne is on a boat. She on a boat somewhere looking for Rick. So there might be a strong possibility that Rick is coming back this season. We got to figure out where Michonne is at. But hopefully it's a situation where, like how Carol saved them from the cannibals. You know what I mean? When she blew up the thing by shooting a grenade launcher and stuff. So hopefully it's a situation like that. Hopefully. But tell me what you guys think is going to happen. Do you think that they're going to end up killing off Negan? Do you think that Negan is going to be like, what do you think? Do you think Maggie died? Do you think that Maggie's okay? Do you think that he's going to come back and help her? I hope like they started off with him coming back to help Maggie and not just really literally just like let her drop, But it seems like he did. Them fingers came off that wall. So we have to wait and see what's going to happen next. But don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for the support. All right, I'll see you on the next video next Sunday. Well, technically Monday.